What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Pulse. Today we embark on a wellness journey, exploring the ins and outs of healthy living. It's 2024 and the pace is fast and demands are high. It's critical to talk about the essentials of maintaining a healthy and balanced lifestyle, from mindful nutrition to fitness tips, mental health insights, holistic well-being. This episode is your compass to navigate the path toward vitality. So, whether you're a fitness fanatic, someone on a quest for a healthier lifestyle, or just curious about simple changes that can make a big impact, this episode is tailored just for you. So, join us as we dive into the world of healthy living right here on The Pulse. It's critical to talk about the essentials of maintaining a healthy and balanced lifestyle, from like mindful nutrition to fitness, health insights, holistic well-being, just sort of an overall view of a healthy lifestyle, healthy and happy lifestyle. And that does, of course, we are going to touch on physical health. So I'm going to start there. Something super, super simple, something that you'd be doing anyway, make it a little bit more challenging. Take the stairs in your apartment building. If you have a walk up and you're just a couple of flights up, take the stairs instead of the elevator if you can.
Yeah, I take the stairs in my building all the time, unless my
Yeah.
arms are like super full or I have something that's heavy and I'm rolling it. I take the stairs because it's actually faster uh in just the way it's just like where my apartment is situated and having to wait for the elevator to show up. It
Yep.
actually ends up being faster like 90% of the time
Oh,
to
totally.
take the stairs.
I avoid stairs at all costs, but that is great for you. But also, I feel like I have a bit of a valid reason to avoid stairs because I do have POTS, and so sometimes if I go up a flight of stairs, I get a little bit dizzy, and
Mm.
that's not super fun. So I'm like, you know what? I have a thing that makes me have exercise intolerance. But really, I try to do exercises more often that don't involve cardio,
Well,
which
I mean,
can be a
you
bit
can
better.
even do things like
Yeah.
put on your favorite music and see what kind of boogie it brings up, right? Like you can do
Mm-hmm.
all kinds of
And
things
walks are good.
just to move
Walks
your
are so
body a little bit.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to get a bit more movement in your body. If you want to increase that, then it's one of the easiest things you can do is just move around. And sleep too, another easy thing that you can do if you like to sleep and you're good at it. It's not just about the hours that you clock in the bed, though. It's about the quality of the rest you get, right? So making a really good, cozy bedtime ritual, saying goodbye to screens like an hour before you go to sleep, if you can do that. Not many of us can these days. But there's a lot of things that you can do there to make sure that you're prioritizing like really good sleep and to schedule check-ins with your doctor too, because that's a part of physical health is checking in with your doctor. If you don't go very often and you don't need to go very often, that's amazing. But every couple of years, it's good to, if you haven't needed to see your doctor, lucky you, first of all. But if you haven't, get a little checkup, see how it's going. Keep an eye out for like any hiccups before things, can escalate.
When it comes to sleep, I highly recommend weighted blankets.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mine
totally,
definitely has improved the quality of my sleep.
totally,
I sleep with my
100%.
weighted blanket pretty much every night, and it's amazing. Best thing ever in the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
nice.
whenever like I'm having trouble falling asleep because I have like anxiety about like the next day, like it's something's happening, my weighted blanket helps me. But also another thing that helps, melatonin. If you're
Melatonin is good, yeah.
Yes, like autistic people or ADHD people or whatever, like naturally produce less melatonin.
That's
So
what my doctor told me, and so basically was like, yeah, you should just take melatonin every night because autistic people often like just produce less melatonin naturally. And I was
yeah,
like, oh,
it used to
cool.
be. I remember it was a thing. It's like I can't fall asleep unless I'm like exhausted, and so that's not helpful. So I end up like I have like a good routine, but then it's like I'm like not like tired enough to fall asleep. So now I'm just like melatonin, like still like wait to take it until you're like ready to go to sleep.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
for
really.
me, I can kind of take it sometimes to force myself to go to sleep because
Mm.
it's because actually going to sleep like you know, that's not just one decision, that's a lot of little decisions not to actually pick up your phone when you're in or like something. So I will sometimes if I'm like kind of trying to get my sleep schedule back on track, I will take melatonin, and then I have this issue where it's actually not really that much of an issue. I will get a really bad headache about 15 minutes after I take melatonin if I don't go to sleep in that time. Like if I take it, I have to go to sleep right away. So if I'm laying down and I'm on my phone or whatever, I'm just going to get a really bad headache until I actually can't do that anymore, and then I actually just have to fall asleep. So I can't just like actually stay up all night by accident.
Yeah, it works. Yeah, me too.
I'm very sensitive to melatonin. I mean, I'm sensitive to most things that I take or whatever, so I don't even have to. I think I take like half of a regular dose of it, and I'm good.
And you got to sleep. I mean, you need sleep for like physical health, but you also need sleep. Oh, that's what it was. You need sleep for mental and emotional health as well.
Mhm.
It's so important for your mental functioning. And mental illness affects a significant portion of the population. Really, there are some super easy to implement self-care practices that can be powerful, almost like allies in the battle against anxiety and depression. And sleep is definitely one of your allies, right? Whether it's practicing mindfulness to ground yourself or like meditation, journaling your thoughts, doing things like just paying attention to yourself. And don't underestimate the healing power of human connection too. So if you're struggling with some of these things, it's a good time to reach out and talk to other people about how do you deal with this kind of thing. Like if you're having trouble sleeping, for example, we come back to that. Find other people in your life that also have trouble sleeping and figure out what they do, because it really helps to know that you could like call your cousin at 4 a.m. because they're awake too, and you guys can just chat, because what else are you doing? Carving out time for coffee catch-ups, game nights with the gang, or heart-to-heart chats with family can do wonders for your well-being. Not only will this make you feel happier, but also more supported, and you can dial down your stress levels and reduce your risk of anxiety and depression just by hanging out with other people. Let's move on to stress management. Stress is 100% the silent saboteur of health and happiness, but we can't let it call the shots, right? Like chronic stress can wreak havoc on your well being and your mental health, but there is light at the end of what can sometimes feel like a very dark tunnel. You have an arsenal of stress busting tools at your disposal, from deep breathing exercises that calm the nervous system to mindfulness practices that anchor you in the present moment. And these things can be found anywhere online. And let's not forget the importance of time management and delegation. Sharing the load can lighten the burden and prevent burnout. Remember, you're not alone. Reach out for support when you need it. Now, let's talk about financial health. Money matters can feel overwhelming, but taking control of your financial well being is a game changer for your mental health. Trust me, I know this from personal experience. Start by creating a budget that aligns with your goals. If it's something as small as saving for a rainy day, or something bigger like planning for retirement. And don't hesitate to seek help and ask for guidance from financial experts and people in your life that you trust. There's no shame in asking for help, especially with people that are there to provide that support. So if you go to see a financial officer at your bank, try not to feel embarrassed. They're there to help you. If you're in a jam, it's their job to get you out of it. And they don't do that job to make people feel bad. They actually want to help. So there's no reason to feel bad. If your finances aren't where they should be, you can ask for help and you can get that help. And it, in some situations, might take a little while to turn your situation around, but it is possible. With a solid plan in place, you can pave the way with financial stability and peace of mind. Personal growth. The Whether you're mastering a new skill or embarking on a passion project, or even something like venturing beyond your comfort zone, the possibilities for personal growth are endless. Set lofty goals, embrace failure as a stepping stone to success, and savor every twist and turn along the way. It's not just about reaching a goal or a destination. Life is about relishing the journey and reveling the growth that comes with it. Feel all of the feels, as they say. Let's talk about the environment. Not just the great outdoors, but the spaces we inhabit every day, your bedroom, your office, your kitchen. Small changes can make a big impact on our health and well being, whether it's decluttering our living spaces to clear mental clutter, bringing the outdoors in with lush greenery, or reducing our exposure to harmful pollutants. We can roll up our sleeves and create a world where health and happiness flourish. That does it for this episode of The Pulse. As always, if you have questions or ideas to discuss, or if you'd like to be a guest on the show, send an email to voa@pacificautismfamily.com. We look forward to more of these great questions. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.